Okay. So depending on how many people are here today, we may go around the room, we may not. If it's just a small group of us, which actually may be really helpful for me and for us to kind of make some decisions and move forward with some of the things that we're working on for phase 2 at Living Healthy List. Very, very excited about things that we're thinking about. Lauren says, can't get into your meeting. It says invalid link. Hold on, let me respond to her. See that you have to have Facebook open and text.
Right.
Will you take care of that for me, Debbie?
Yeah.
You're the best. Thank you. Debbie is resending. Are you sending it text or email?
I'll put it on the messenger there.
Okay, resending in messenger. Okay, cool. Okay. Very good. So yeah, so Andrea's going to do a little bit of a training for us. One of the exciting things we have going on is Labor Day weekend, by Labor Day Monday. She's tried, she can't get into Messenger.
Oh, okay.
She's locked out of Facebook.
Okay.
She
Who
had
was that? Michelle?
Lauren Weinberg.
Oh, okay.
Are you joining us again, Deb?
No, yeah. Sorry.
What's the number? 876. Nope.
It is
put it in the chat box.
876-075-4089.
4089. Whoops, that's 7. Okay, I'm texting that to her. Whoops, I texted it to Ed instead of. Okay, let me try that again. 876-075-4089. Okay. Let me see. Where is Andrea? Oof. Oh, she says she found it. Okay.
Hey, Denise, really cool thing that I've been using when I have to send messages like that with like a link or something like that. If you have an iPhone, I don't know what it's like on an Android, but there's something called text replacement. Have you ever heard of this?
No, tell me.
So it's under settings, and then you go under keyboard, and then you choose text replacement. And so what you do is you can create a shortcut. So if there's a message that you're sending on a regular basis, or a link that you don't want to type it in every time, like my Zoom link, I saved as Z1. So all I have to do is type in Z1 and it will pop up that message. You can make it a whole paragraph if you want the message to be a paragraph, or it can just be a short little thing. But just make sure, the only thing you have to be careful of is that, like, don't choose like ME as your shortcut, because every time you type the letters ME, it's going to pop up. Now, it shouldn't automatically put it in your text. It should give you the choice and then you click on it. But sometimes it'll like automatically pop up. So I figure Z1, I'm not like saying that combination very often, or like, for my prioritized view calls, I call it PY. And so instead of even having to go into the notes of my phone where I had it saved and then copy and paste it, it is life-changing. I'm just telling you. So text replacement.
I appreciate that, because that's something that I'm forever. I mean, if you ask me what Suzanne King's Zoom number is, I can tell you, I can rattle that off. I could tell you what Mark's social security number is. My Zoom number, for whatever reason, so let me just double check. Settings, keyboard, what replacement?
Text replacement.
Text replacement. Okay, everybody, there's a little tidbit. See, this is why I love these meetings, because I learned so much from everybody. Hi, Lauren.
Weird, Denise. Hi, everybody. Is the link that had been working for me suddenly wasn't working? And then I remembered that you had sent me that number before, so I went scroll back and was looking for the number. But I think you should just send an email reminder to everybody that morning or the day before and just say,
you know what, I used to, and nobody opened it. So I stopped doing that. And so we'll
just say link included. People will open it.
Okay.
Test it, right? Let's test it for a month or two.
Yeah, link included. Okay. All right. So hopefully I'll be able to read my handwritten notes later. So let's see how many, you know what, we have a small group today. Thank you everyone for being here. Let's just quickly go around. and just, just say who we are, what we do, where we are, just, 30-second commercial kind of thing. Because there are a bunch of things that I would like to talk about. I need your input on, as my experts. I trust you to help me move Living Healthy List forward so I can help you move your businesses forward. Hi, Miss Michelle. How are you?
Good morning.
Good to see you, my dear. Okay, so you guys know me. I'm Denise Stegall. I'm CEO and curator at livinghealthylist.com, or actually Living Healthy List LLC. That is my official title. And I am in Rochester, Minnesota, which is one of the best places to live in the summertime because we have the best weather here. Sorry to make you jealous, everyone, but this is the best weather. And I can only say that for about 2, maybe 3 months out of the year. So I'm excited about that. Okay, so Thomas.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Lauren. I just talked to Lauren a few days ago. I'm Tom Petty. I call myself the psoriasis guy. I've had psoriasis my entire life and have spent the last 10 years figuring out how to heal my own skin by what I put into my mouth. And I'm now 99% in remission. So that's what I do. I'm in Livermore, California, same city as Michelle. Michelle is the person who introduced me to Denise. So I appreciate being here.
Glad to have you. Thank you so much. Miss Lissa, I'm just going by where I see everyone.
The Brady Bunch, right? Yes. So glad to be here. I'm Lissa Figgins, and I help women to rethink their priorities of growth, wellness, and purpose. Because let's be honest, with all the things that are on our plate, usually we are the last ones because we put ourselves in the back burner, and then we wake up one day and go, what just happened? Or why am I not where I want to be or doing what I want to do? So love connecting with women, specifically those who are after 40, because I feel like now there's maybe a little bit of space in our life to think about those things, and or we've not been thinking about them all that time that we had kids, in the house. And I am launching a new coaching program that's all centered on helping women with their priorities. So I'm super excited about that and where that's going to go.
Awesome. Cool. Miss Carola.
Yes. Hello. Hi, everybody. From the drizzly and rainy United Kingdom, as you would expect it to be. We're really, really doing it well this year with our summer. Yep, as you think it would be. I'm a nutritionist and fitness instructor, and besides talking about the weather all the time, because I'm turning more and more into a Brit because they always talk about the weather. I work with organizations as well as men and women because I think we are quite women-centric in our group. I actually work predominantly with men. That's sadly only the case because there are still more men in leading positions than women are. I think if it would be the other way around, I would be working more with women. My passion is brain performance, and because brain performance affects us all in terms of how well we're thinking, and at the same time, our mental health, of course, because our brain is obviously involved in both. I run online courses on the topic, and I'm really super excited to be on the podcasts in October. Thanks very much, Denise, for inviting me. Talking about the menopause course. Is that probably the only women-specific thing I'll do is the menopause course. And I run award-winning online retreats. Sorry, not online retreats. Award-winning well-being retreats, I should say. And the next one is in January in the US. We're going to Colorado. We go skiing. If you would like to know more, you can find all the info on my website. Thanks so much.
Yep. We also have the event information on Living Healthy List in the events calendar. So I do encourage everyone, pop into livinghealthylist.com, check out the events. If you have events, make sure you're sending them to either me or to Debbie, probably to Debbie, because she'll get it up there a lot faster than I will. Speaking of Debbie, hi, tell us who you are and what you do, my friend.
Hey, everybody. Debbie Cassity here. I am Denise's assistant, and I own Virtually Unique, which is an agency business that provides high-level administrative services to small business owners. And that I'm in Orinoco, Minnesota, which is right outside of Rochester. And that's me.
Yep. So my virtual assistant I actually know personally, and we've actually had face-to-faces, which is always fun, just not lately.
Yep.
So thanks, Debbie. Miss Lauren, I like your necklace.
Oh, thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Lauren Weinberg. My business is Lasting Change Wellness. I am a life architect, a confidence creator, a habit change specialist, and a happy maker. I help people feel more confident, more calm, and more connected.
Wonderful.
Oh, and I'm in Bluebell, Pennsylvania, which is about a half hour outside of Philadelphia.
And you always make me happy when I talk to you.
See?
Let's see. Michelle.
Morning, everyone. I'm Michelle Boss, founder of The Money Boss. I'm located right here in Livermore, California with Tom. And as a money coach, my mission is to guide and support entrepreneurs to thrive with their finances and live the life of their dreams. So I support women, mostly entrepreneurs, in coaching one-to-one with money, so they know their numbers. And so happy to be here today with you.
It's good to see you, my friend. Let's see. Now going around, Miss Andrea.
Hello, everyone. I'm Andrea Haley Sankaran. I do Ayurveda. I'm an Ayurvedic digestive health coach and a vegetarian chef. So I do recipes and cooking classes. I have a food prep challenge coming up next week, which is a free 5-day challenge. I will let Debbie know. And I'm also doing a summit called Entrepreneurs Health Summit on September 23rd and 24th. Unfortunately, the time for speakers submissions has passed, but it's free to attend. So it might be of interest to your audiences or to yourself. So we'll make sure that we get that on the event listing as well. And I'll put it in the group. I'm pretty excited. It's my first summit. It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be fun. And Andrea's doing the format is a little different than what we're used to, you know, the 2-week, 3-week long. This was going to be short and sweet in 2 days. So
Yeah, live. And Debbie's going to be Denise is going to be a speaker. Yay.
yeah, I think I'm actually kicking it off, aren't I?
You are, yes. I have a big, strong, powerful presence to kick off the summit. So we're grateful to have Denise with us.
Awesome. Thank you, Andrea. And Andrea is going to do a little bit of training later on in our meeting, which will coincide with some of the things we've got going on moving forward in Q4, before Q4 in September. All righty. The lovely Aura Martinez. Look at how cute you are.
Oh, thank you. Hello, everyone. I'm Aura from the Bronx, New York, and I'm a self-discovery and empowerment coach. I help women gain total clarity as to their purpose so that they can wake up every day feeling certainty and feeling fulfillment on a daily basis. And the way I do that is through a process that I created called the Aura Blueprint. That's how I guide them to get their clarity so that they can understand what is blocking them and clear that all up, align themselves to their true essence so that the outer world can be a match to what their inner world is.
Love it. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone, for being here today. What I'd like to talk about, and I'm glad I have all of you here because I really do appreciate all of your insight and your experience. And so a few months ago, and it's more than a few months ago, maybe 6 months ago, Lori Bryant Woolridge had mentioned, maybe we should start doing some free coaching. We should do some other things to really start to bring people to Living Healthy List and also highlight our expertise in the different areas that we coach or consult or whatever it is that we do in the world. And so at the time, I honestly did not have the bandwidth to figure out how to do that, to how to make that work while I was still working out some of the details of Living Healthy List, the website, and what was working and what wasn't working there. I am happy to say that I've talked about the new website. It's really just an upgrade to our website. We will have that transitioned over Labor Day weekend. So probably on Labor Day Monday, we'll be testing it and just to make sure everything is going, it works perfectly the way it should. So I apologize. I know we've had a little bit of challenges with the experts link and uploading your articles. Actually, we're going to do something a little different moving forward, and Andrea is going to help us. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a little bit. Before we get there, though, I'd like to talk more about Free Coaching Friday. I like the alliteration; it kind of works. And we have a couple of different concepts for living healthy. That's Free Coaching Friday, and I'd like your insights and input here. So this to start with. And we'd like to start it in September. I know that's just a few weeks away. And we will probably start with once a month. At some point, we might go to twice a month. The format is really what I'd like to talk to you all about. And with this format, what we would do is we would invite, all of us would invite our audience. We would have Facebook ads or all of that kind of stuff taken care of from our end, and invite our audience to Free Coaching Fridays. So there's a couple of different ways we can do this. We could highlight 1 or 2 coaches each month. I'm thinking that an hour and 15 minutes is probably the most or the longest time that we really could get people to come in and participate. Also, it's your time that I want to be conscious of too. We want to make sure that we're doing all the things that we can do, but also to be conscious of your time as well. So there's that concept of 1 or 2 coaches each session. We'll call it a session because, like I said, it might be once a month, it might be twice a month. The other concept we had, and I'd like to thank Lori and Lauren and Suzanne. She and I have talked about this a little bit too, for kind of helping me kind of come up with these concepts. The next concept we have is to have a theme. Yeah, so maybe one coaching is about healthy eating. And so the coaches who work in that arena would be highlighted that day. And again, we could do, with this format, what we could do is have everybody kind of come into one session and then do like a round table type of coaching where a client would come on and say, I really am struggling with, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm starving. I'm really good all day, but then I'm starving. And then the different coaches could coach that person around that. Because obviously we all have a little bit of a different take on coaching and the way we go through our process. So I'd like your thoughts just initially, what do you think about this concept of Free Coaching Fridays? What do you think makes sense to you? What have you experienced in other coaching arenas? So I'd like to open that up to everybody.
Denise, I've seen this done in my financial coaching group, and there was varied attendance. Mm-hmm. So I think having a theme rather than a specific coach or two to drive each session is going to draw more, and then a large amount of success of attendance is going to be based on all of us promoting.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah. And the beautiful thing about having Debbie, because she's really good at this, she'll have the assets for the Free Coaching Friday, free coaching sessions. So that's something that, we'll just be able to say, okay, hey, everybody, here's the email that you can send out. Here's the Facebook post or social media post. And so I think I agree. It really will have the success really will come from all of us promoting and supporting each other. And I do like the idea of the theme. I think, Ms. Lauren, I think that was something that you and I had discussed at length on our last conversation.
But
You
to
know-
keep it structured, sorry, Lauren, we might want to have just 2 or 3 designated coaches for that topic to, keep it a little more organized.
Mhm.
That's all my input.
Well, and I think you can put both ideas together that we had. We talked about 2 different things. One was meaningful conversations and one was the free coaching. And I see them as different. I think the meaningful conversations should definitely be around a theme. I think
That's definitely that'll be a separate
thing.
evening.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The coaching thing, I think maybe some combination, because I think Michelle's right. People have to know what's in it for them.
Mhm.
Right. So I think that people definitely we should give themes, but I think it's also an opportunity for you to highlight a couple of coaches.
Mhm.
So that's why I said maybe you have 2 and
Yeah.
maybe, they each take a half hour or they can do it together, but maybe you do 2 and you tell all about those coaches that month. And then you talk about the theme, like bring, your questions related to X, Y, and Z.
Mhm.
And right. And then, give people, you will get to interact, be coached on the spot.
Yep. And then just to clarify, this is for the public, correct? This is an open, okay.
Yes. Things to draw
Mhm.
people in to make, because, all right. So I think what Denise didn't say is she's, really pushing this concept of Living Healthy List as an interactive community. And so think about that. Right. So that's what she's driving. So if she's looking for Living Healthy List to be not just a flat, unidirectional list, but an interactive community. So this is one way to drive that interaction.
Thank you. You're right. I did not say that.
And it can be done as a Facebook Live too. So if you're doing it on a Zoom, you can actually feed Zoom into a Facebook Live so people can chat and respond directly in the Facebook Live too, and that draws attendance.
That's actually that's a good point, because I was kind of going back and kind of vacillating. Should it be live? Should it not be live?
Well, it has to be live to some extent.
Yeah, I think it has to be.
They can't be coached, but do you think you could do effective coaching through questions? I'm not just talking answer questions. We're talking coaching, right?
Yeah.
There has to be an interactive component.
Mhm.
So perhaps it could be done in Zoom, but then do a live stream on Facebook, like Thomas was saying, so that people can actually see, and that way they can get a taste of how each coach works, and that will bring in more interaction.
But also
Something
give you
else.
the replay option as well for someone who can't be on live or who wasn't paying attention. I find that people are busy, and so they may want to be there or didn't know about it. But if it's inside the group, we can tag people on it. Hey, you might resonate with this that I shared with this person. So we can kind of use it going back to people that we're personally coaching, or somebody else that we're talking to, and then hopefully driving more people to that Facebook group as well.
Absolutely. I like that. I really do like that concept. And I think that's something that we have not been really good about. We were really good about putting content in the Facebook group, which is Healthy Living, Happy Life with Living Healthy List, which of course is our tagline. That is our kind of public group. What I'd really like to see in that group, and I think this is something that will help with this, is really focusing on the culture instead of just content. And that's really what I think we're doing here, is really in trying to engage with our audience, my audience, your audience. It's as a group, it's all of the people that we're connected to, and really to focus more on a culture. And our culture is about engaging, educating, and empowering people to, embrace change, make the good decisions that they need to make in order to live that quote unquote healthy, happy lifestyle that they are meant to live, that life that they have been dreaming of. And I think you're right, this doing it on Zoom and putting it live in Facebook that does make sense. You can't do that on StreamYard.
You can actually. Someone interviewed me recently and used StreamYard, and he was able to upload it in YouTube and Facebook. How he did that, I have no idea.
Yeah, through
But it is
StreamYard you
possible.
can do, and maybe that's something I look into, because through StreamYard you can actually stream in 3 different places. So what I do when I do Wonder Series Wednesdays, we go through StreamYard, and it's on my personal page, it's on our business page, and then it goes to YouTube. So that might be a way to do it, and it's saved, and then I can download it. Okay. Any other thoughts, questions, concerns?
The question that came for me was, so is it going to be one theme per, like, say, for example, if you do this 2 times a month, say, for example, is it going to be one theme a month or one theme per day? One thing per day. Okay.
Per session. Per session. Yeah. Yeah, I think that makes sense. Unless there's, like I said about healthy eating, if we have 6 coaches that do healthy eating, we may want to do, and maybe not in the same month, we may have 2 or 3 coaches that do it one time, and then, a month or 2 later, have a couple of other coaches. Because I think it's a great way for each of us to really show our talents. I mean, all of us are passionate about what we do. But I do think we want to change it up, because we want to bring people in, and everybody's looking for something different. Okay.
What was the name was it a page or a group that you're talking about? That's the public one.
It's a group. It's Healthy Living, Happy Life.
I'll post it here, Thomas.
Okay, thank you.
In the chat.
Oh, I should probably look at the chat. Okay, there we go. Okay, very good. So I'm really excited. About that. So that's the first thing that we're going to focus on. And like I said, I'd really like to do this in September. Probably. So my thought is, like, I do my podcast on the 2nd and 4th Friday. So for me, those Fridays make sense. Although I used to try to not work on the last Friday of the last week of the month, but that doesn't happen all the time. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is, like, it'd be the 2nd and 4th Friday. And I apologize that works for me. Just because with my schedule and everything else that I'm trying to do. Time, let's talk time. What is a good time to do something like this? Is it at noon? Is it at 3? Is it at 10 o'clock in the morning? And that's good. Thomas is like, let's not do it at 9 o'clock Eastern time.
Well,
It'll be 6 o'clock in the morning, your time.
I'm up. Yeah, statistically, people engage more when it's when I do my webinars and things like that. I try to target 10 a.m., 11 a.m. Pacific, which is early afternoon Eastern time. That doesn't work real well for Carola, because that's later in the evening for you. But yeah, it depends on where your audience is. If you're trying to attract Europe, then you want to do early morning California time. 8 a.m. my time is 4 p.m. in England. So, but yeah, the 10 to 2 p.m. time slot is kind of the sweet spot there.
Carola, would something like 4 o'clock your time work for you?
It would, but honestly, Denise, I mean, I perfectly understand. You have the majority of your visitors is from the US. You really don't want to scramble up your entire schedule only because there's one coach living in the UK. So I'm more than happy to step back and leave the field to you guys, because honestly, my work is not really made for that. Hence, I'm just holding back a little bit. So if you go for the topic of healthy eating and you've got 5 others, I do not need to say, oh, we have to do this at 8 in the morning so I can jump in at 4 in the afternoon. So please don't worry too much about me for that one. I'm more than happy with everything else that goes on. And I'll jump in when the time is right and when everything else is right. And when you're really lacking people on a certain topic, I'm more than happy to stay awake until midnight for you, but generally you don't have to work around me.
Well, the goal really is to have coaches and experts that are in different places in the world. Jimena, where is Jimena? She's down in Santiago de Chile. She's my other, so Debbie's my right-hand person and Jimena's my left-hand person. Without the two of them, I don't think I would get anything done. But I know there are experts down where she is who I'd like to connect with too. So, we really do want, as we grow, that Living Healthy list really is, we do incorporate people from all over the world. I know I have a friend who's a great coach who's down in New Zealand. Now, we may have some difficulty with getting her in. So she's at home. She's not going anywhere from what I see.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. Other thoughts, and I'll put this all into a Google Doc and share with everybody, so we can kind of come up with, okay, this is the concept. This is the format. These are the days. Quickly, let's think about themes. Oh, okay, Andrea, you have something.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I have a thought. So as we're going through the process of organizing this or coordinating this, I see an opportunity to potentially enhance, maybe our listing on the site or how we're listed, or creating a directory so that, everybody is in one place. If they offer a free coaching call or a discovery call, I think most of us probably do. And then those links could all be included in one place or organized in one way. And then that would be a very powerful thing to advertise. Hey, if you're looking for coaching on anything, come here. Yesterday, I spoke to someone who's fashioning themselves as a holistic wellness consultant. Come to me and I'll help you assess what kind of problem you have and what kind of help you need, right? Do you need this kind of modality or this kind of modality, or where should you start first, right? So I think that's part of the thought process behind Living Healthy List is to provide, vetted experts all in one place. So then if everybody could then be all in one place, the people could find them, then, since you're already collecting this information and organizing it, I think this could be another opportunity.
I am just looking right now. I'm wondering how we can do this on this page that needs to be updated. Because we do have, and again, when we have the updated website, we'll have a little bit more flexibility. Hold on, let me share my screen. Let me share my screen. Share screen. So this is not updated because this is on the current website that we're updating. So we have our list of founders. And I have not seen Joshua in a long time. There's Miss Michelle. And then our experts. And it's the founders, just so for those of you who are new, our founders are the people who started with me when Living Healthy List was just a concept and we were just really pulling it together. And then, so I want to make sure that, we do highlight our founders, because I would not be where I am today if I didn't have their support. So that's the distinction. And then of course, our experts are all here. What we have, and Debbie, this is something that we could think of. Obviously we have social links here, but we could potentially add.
If people have a spot on their personal websites where they have a Calendly or Discover Call sign up, I could put a link there for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, or I use Linktree. And by the way, I'm not on this page. I haven't been added yet.
No, I know, because this is the page. This is still the old one.
Yeah.
It will be on the new one, I promise.
Where does someone get to this page from the main website? Because I just can't
This
find it.
it's under the about. And we'll
Fabulous.
probably move that around under experts at some point.
Yep.
That's where I was looking for it.
Yeah, because the initial concept, this was the initial concept with Living Healthy List was, obviously our categories, health, wellness, personal development, and fun. And this is how you find the expert that, or the group of experts that could help you. So in the wellness category. Okay. Okay, now my computer is slow. Oh, there we go. Oh, no, it didn't do what I needed it to do. Oh, here we go. Wellness. So different areas of interest, so let's just find an expert here under the physical. Dun, 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 dun. There we go. So physical, and that could be kind of anything. And so we have experts who kind of fit under that category. So that was the initial concept. But I agree, the founders and experts really should be under experts. So I think what we'll do is we can add that link, a Calendly link, or Thomas, like you said, the Linktree, which I really like how you use your Linktree. Your Linktree link. Okay. So that's good.
Really powerful to have that, like, book a discovery call, like talk to this person. That's one of the most powerful lead generations for us. And it's also the highest value for the person. And it saves them a step to have to like go to the website, figure out how to connect with this person. They can just connect directly.
And I know that on each person's profile, there's a contact this person form. I'm not sure if mine works yet, but yeah, there was a contact us form or contact this person form, which is good too.
Yeah, and that goes directly to your email.
Right.
Come on. Why? Sorry, let me close some things I've got open here. Okay, so I search for me, which I'm removing myself from as a coach, I think. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing as to, because I'm not necessarily working one-on-one with people, obviously. Down the road, we will have something called the Living Healthy List Experience, which is something we'll talk about more down the road, but it'll be more like a signature type of program. And that'll be another opportunity for experts to do some coaching. And so, yeah, so the contact me button, send me a message, it goes directly to my email, which is support, but would go directly to your email. Okay.
A little, maybe this is off topic, I'm not sure, but sort of thinking about the Zoom and the Facebook Live and that kind of stuff is YouTube is a great place to have video content. And I don't know if you have a YouTube channel yet. And, there's all kinds of opportunities there. I mean, all of the Zooms, your Friday coaching sessions, those can go on a, I just blanked on the word, but basically in a group of videos, and even people who want to submit their own videos of, whatever topic, and have that go out onto that YouTube channel is something that could be useful.
That's a good point. So let me share my screen again. So we do have a YouTube channel. We have 125 uploads on there. Wow. So here is our library, and we do
playlist. That was the word I was trying to come up with.
Yes. Where is the playlist?
Scroll down in the main section there.
Here we go. Playlists. We have the Crooked Climb. That's the podcast I do with Suzanne. The Wonder Series is our Living Healthy List podcast, basically. And then, of course, Experts Connect, which is this meeting. And these are, if you look, you'll find them on the Facebook page, but they're also here. They're always uploaded here. This way, I can't lose them.
Yeah, but the nice thing about the YouTube channel is that people subscribe to them. So as soon as something gets uploaded, then they'll get notified that there's a new video from the Living Healthy List.
Very good point. Oh, look, there's my interview with Miss Aura Martinez. Okay. Okay. That's a good point. I like that. And with StreamYard, it goes to YouTube also. I have it set to go to YouTube. Okay. That's a very good point. That's a good thought. Thank you, Thomas. Thomas, do you like Thomas or Tom?
Well, I brand myself online as Thomas because of that other guy, but my friends call me Tom. So
Okay.
everybody,
May I call you Tom then?
of course, you guys are all my friends.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The other guy's not around anymore anyway.
Nope.
You're the Thomas Petty.
I'm the only Tom Petty I know.
All righty. So, okay. So this has been really helpful. If you guys have any thoughts afterwards, shoot me an email, shoot me a text. I hope all of you have my phone number in your phone. Text me anytime. It's probably the fastest way to get to me. I want to move on now to this next thing that I was talking about. With the new website, we're going to be able to upload articles like we do, or like we have been able to do in the past, using a link. And then what I end up spending a lot of time doing is kind of editing and doing stuff for SEO purposes. And I know Tom and I have had a conversation, and he's amazing at this. I'm just blown away by how well he knows SEO and all that. And that's his old business, what he did. But for most of us, SEO is kind of what is SEO and why does it matter? And it matters for a couple of reasons. It matters when you're writing your blog posts and putting them out there to the world. Because if you're writing something, you want people to be able to find it. And SEO is search engine optimization is the way to do it. So Andrea, I'm going to have you kind of take it away, show us a little bit about SEO, and then I can, if we need to, I can show everybody in the back office what we're talking about.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to share my screen.
Mm-hmm.
And to just have a little bit of presentation, I'm going to show you guys a bunch of cool stuff about how to write for SEO. So the first important point is that you want to understand how Google thinks, right? Google is a business. It wants to serve its users. It wants to know, it knows that its users are searching for things, and it wants to deliver the absolute best results. So Google wants to feel confident that your article is the best option for them. So what we're really talking about is how to write for that user and how to make your article amazing so that Google knows it's amazing, so that it's willing to actually recommend it to the user. So Google chooses us when on a site, the mix of articles tells a coherent story to Google. Here we're kind of talking about site authority. And because of the type of site we are, Living Healthy List, we're all talking about health and wellness and all this great stuff. The site itself will have pretty good site authority, which gives each of us publishers a great opportunity to get enhanced SEO awareness over what we might get on our own site, right? Because that's why we're a community, that's why we're working together, right? So we have strong site SEO. So in terms of an individual article, that's a page SEO, page SEO. So in this sense, Google's looking at things like, how much time did the user spend on your page? Did the user click to other pages on your site? So that is internal linking. Does this article relate to that article? Does it relate to that article? And did the user share your page on social media? They can see that the user found your article to be valuable, right? So these are all signals that Google uses. So what determines an article quality? What does a user like about an article? Well, you're a user, so you know yourself that you want an article with a clear focus that answers your user's intent, right? If your title says 5 tips for how to be more mindful in the kitchen, then you had better write an article about 5 tips on how to be more mindful in the kitchen. You don't talk about how to be more mindful in the garden, more mindful when you're driving. So that's what the title has to match the content, right? So you feel like it's delivering. You also want to include a lot of useful and specific information that readers can use to solve problems, right? Just like when we're doing marketing, what are the answers and the solutions to the problems that the reader is trying to solve, right? General information is for Wikipedia, right? History, background, yada, yada. People don't care. These days, people just want quick answers. So specific and to the point. Conversational and engaging writing as well. You know, we're not writing university style essays here or doctoral thesis. You want to write in very simple, engaging writing, mostly like how you would talk, right? And then the visuals and videos, anything to enhance the articles makes a big difference because that makes the reader happy to continue scrolling more time on the page. And then clean formatting. So consistent fonts, legible, sizing, even spelling matters. Google can tell if there's spelling errors, right? Google can tell if there's formatting errors, and it goes, oh, you know, that quality isn't very good. So basically everything matters.
Can I jump in with one quick little point too,
Sure.
if I may? On your number 4 point there, where you've got images, if you're putting an image in there, always name the image something that makes sense. So, you know, if you download something from Big Stock Photo, it's always called Big Stock Photo, woman of a, you know, whatever, 127.938.jpg. So if you rename the file to women doing yoga.jpg, and your article is all about trying to say yoga, that's also a signal that Google is paying attention to.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people will name their photos exactly what their article title is or their keyword is, and then each photo has the same title. Actually, maybe that's okay, I do that. But then there's something else called alt text, and that's where alt text describes what's in the photo. So I have women doing yoga in the park, yoga posture, cat's cow pose, whatever. So you want to describe what's happening in the photo. And that shows a lot of value to Google. And actually, you know, point a lot of people don't know is that those alt descriptions are what the visually impaired would hear. Yes, would hear instead of seeing the photo. So that's why you describe what's in the photo. Okay, so this, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. So what's very important is that you have a clear keyword, right? When we talk about clear focus, that means clarity on your keyword, clarity on your article focus. You want to think about your subheadings and your focus and your keyword before you start writing. So I have 6 steps for this. And this is really like, this is the game changer for SEO writing, right? You think about your keyword and your focus and writing for Google before you even start writing. So there's 6 steps. Test your topic on Google. Use Ubersuggest to check search volume. And I'm going to show you how to do each of these. Dig deeper and learn more. This is mainly on Google search. Write down your subheadings, write down your title, learn from other top content. This is really kind of bonus. Number 6 is bonus. So I'm going to now go through these steps. If I can get rid of my full screen situation, maybe, there we go. So the first one is to test your topic on Google. So here is Chrome, which is Google, and I don't want to have the full screen mode. Here we go. Sorry about that. It's still going full screen mode. You guys are probably getting whiplash looking at my screen right now. Okay, test the topic on Google. So say I want to write an article about zucchini noodles. So when I say test the topic on Google, what I mean is when you search your keyword, in this case, Google noodles, and keywords can be longer than just one word. Often they're 2 to 3 words. Sometimes they can be longer. Okay, but I usually think in terms of 2 to 3 words. So zucchini noodles. So you want to give a look on how Google currently understands zucchini noodles, right? What does Google think people are looking for when they type zucchini noodles? So we can see here that Google thinks that people are looking for these machines that make Google noodles. So they've stuck the ads up there. Then we have a recipe, how to make zucchini noodles. How to make zucchini noodles, how to make zucchini noodles. Fascinating. 3 top articles feature how to make. So if you think about the spiralizer, that's related, right? I'm going to make them by using a spiralizer. Then we actually have some videos. Google is just so, amazing. And then we're getting something different. Here we're getting sort of a different type of recipe using zucchini noodles. Here we have how to make again. And then we have how to cook. So zucchini noodles, what this is telling us is that zucchini noodles is a fairly general search term. And people are interested in, how to make them, how to cook them, right? They're not really necessarily looking for recipes yet, although there are a few recipes here. Okay, that's as far as we'll go. If I had more time, I could spend a lot more time with you. Give you quickly another example, mindfulness. Not so obvious. I've personally done this search myself. What on earth does this mean to Google, right? This is a topic we might write about. So you want to search. It's like, okay, we have a definition here. All right. We have getting started with meditation for mindfulness. Okay, what is mindfulness? So when you come to mindfulness, people are curious, what is it? Oh, okay, there's exercises. How do I practice it? So you start to get an idea here of sort of what's happening around this topic, right? So this is step 1. Understand how Google understands your keyword. Step 2 is to use a, if you can, and this is a free search tool. So if you guys haven't seen Ubersuggest, I'm showing it to you now. When you go to neilpatel.com/Ubersuggest, and I will put that in the chat box. Now, you will see this crazy ad that you're looking at, and it's so smart. This guy makes a lot of money. It's so smart that the little X box is in the top right-hand corner. So you want to click that off. Okay, now you get to the main tool. So you can enter a domain or a keyword, right? So this is cool. We can actually enter living healthy list and get some information here about living healthy list. Okay, you can do this with your own website. You can see how many keywords you're ranked for, your organic traffic. Now there's a lot, this isn't the actual traffic. Domain authority. So this is related to site authority. You can see how many backlinks there are. You can see the actual keywords that you're ranking for. Look, the top keyword that we're ranking for here. Is this in order? I should be able to organize this, but I think because it's a free account, it's not allowing me to reorganize from top to bottom. Mm-hmm. But we can see that living healthy is one of the top keywords, which is great. And volume is important here. So how many times per month are users searching for living healthy? 22,200 times, right? So that specific search term is bringing us a lot of traffic. The second one, sending virtual hug. Who would have known, right? So that's probably coming from somebody's individual article that they wrote about sending virtual hug. And that's bringing a lot of traffic to the site. Look down here again, virtual hug definition. What is a virtual hug? So some of our top ranking keywords are, a little bit random, but what's interesting about this, from Denise's point of view, or even from our point of view, is if we go and write another article about virtual hug, it's actually going to enhance our position in this area, because Google's gonna be like, oh, they already have this probably well-ranking article, which we can check which specific articles are the top as well, right? But that's not the topic of today's training. Our topic of training is how to find our own keywords for our individual article. So let's go back to zucchini noodles. in Uber Suggest. So you can search the whole website or you can search a specific keyword. So in this case, we search the keyword. And we can see that the volume on zucchini noodles is 49,500 per month. That's pretty good. It's pretty high. And then what do these other ones mean? Cost per click. So if you wanted to buy a Google ad using this keyword, zucchini noodles, you'd have to pay 26 cents per click. Okay. Paid difficulty. So if you wanted to do ads on this keyword, then it's kind of a lot of competition. So between 100 is the most competition, 1 is the least competition for this particular keyword. So this is about ads, but it's related to how we're going to make our choices. Now, SEO difficulty is what you really want to look at here. So 69, 100 is the highest. So this is pretty high. If I want to compete for this keyword against other sites like the spiralizer sites and whoever's an expert in this and has been around forever and has high SEO, then it's going to be challenging for me. So because we're still relatively new, you want to look for opportunities where the SEO difficulty is lower, right? The lower, the better. So look at this, 6, and Uber Suggest has even highlighted these opportunities for you. It looks like maybe 30 or lower. So zucchini noodles, how to cook. Pretty decent search volume, 2,400. Very low in terms of the difficulty. So that's very interesting to me because remember over here where we had that how to make and then how to cook. So Food Network has written an article on how to cook zucchini noodles. They've got themselves on the front page. And Food Network probably employs SEO experts and marketing experts who found this opportunity and look, March 1st, 2021. So this is a very recent article. Someone clearly looked at this exact keyword and found this opportunity, and you can too, and that's what you want to do. So that's why you look at the keyword tool and you, instead of calling it zucchini noodle recipe, you call it how to cook zucchini noodles with tomato sauce. Or instead of just zucchini noodles with tomato sauce, it's how to cook zucchini noodles with tomato sauce. Right? Your opportunity of ranking has now dramatically increased. So that was step number 2. Check the search volume on Uber Suggest. So you want to find high search volume and low competition. Okay, and when you're looking for your subtitles, same thing. Zucchini noodles for lasagna is another opportunity. I never thought of that, but maybe as a creator, I want to create a recipe with zucchini noodles for lasagna and go after this. Are there any other good opportunities here as I scroll down? Not so much, but the next step is actually to dig deeper on Google. So you guys have probably skipped right past this very valuable information here. People also ask, this is such valuable SEO information. Do zucchini noodles taste like pasta? Imagine when you're writing this article about zucchini noodles, you have a subsection with that exact heading. Do zucchini noodles taste like pasta? Because most of your subheadings are questions. And then, is zucchini noodles a carb? I mean, these are brilliant, right? As a writer, just take that exact question, make it a heading, write a section on that, and include that in your article. So this is about choosing your subheadings. There's also information here at the bottom, which is also very interesting, related searches. Zucchini noodles without a spiralizer. So people are interested in how to make them without that tool. Zucchini noodles with pesto. First thing people think of when they think of zucchini noodles is pesto might go good with that. So you could mention that in your article. So as many of these, things that people are really interested in that you can hit. Zucchini noodle sauce. Sauces to go with zucchini noodles. Subheading. List off a few ideas. You see how powerful this is. So you pick your subheadings, you pick your titles, you're doing all this before you even start writing, right? And the last tip is, the bonus tip is to actually read your top articles. So you go and you open up the top organic search results and you actually look through them and you go, okay, what's in this article? Look at the keywording. Zucchini noodles, also known as zoodles, are the perfect gluten-free zucchini pasta. How many keywords are in just that one sentence? A whole bunch, right? Today I'm showing you how to make, there it is again, how to make zucchini noodles using a spiralizer or a julienne peeler and a mandolin. So those are other methods making the noodles without the spiralizer. I've got tips on how to cook them perfectly so they're not soggy. Go-to recipes. I mean, this is so keyword rich, right? And you want to think about that. So I know we're running out of time. It can take 5 more minutes to jump into the back end, Denise, and show the Yoast so that people can see how well they're hitting this.
Okay.
Great. So for that, I'm just going to show you my own site here. This is Buttered Veg, but you use the same Yoast SEO. So I actually have this article on zucchini noodles that I'm about to publish, and I had not done all this SEO research. So you can see though, in terms of structure, we've got a couple paragraphs, we've got a beautiful photo, we got a few more paragraphs, we have a heading, couple paragraphs, photo, couple paragraphs, heading. So you see how easy to read it is. There's not big blocks of text, things are separated, it's very pleasant. We have an external link. So when you're adding external links to your own websites or your own offers, you want to make sure that you match your external links with internal links. So look for opportunities to link to previous content that you've published on Living Healthy List, or that one of the other experts has published on a related topic, so that you can add value for the reader and show that strong site SEO. Okay, so that's external and internal linking. You should have the same number of them, okay? So we have a plugin called Yoast, okay? And you'll see that if Denise gives you access to the backend. And in this plugin, you actually input your keyword, your key word, zucchini noodles. And I can get related key phrases if I want, right here too, because I have a premium Yoast, I think.
We do too.
Yeah, okay, good. So we have premium. So the next thing is your slug, right? I took out with, I took out fresh and with, right? So I just left the keywords in the slug. That's your URL. So before publishing, you adjust that as well for stronger SEO. Then the other important thing is the meta description. So this is what appears in the Google search results. You can see your Google search result right here. And because I have the right plugins, we're getting the image associated with the recipe, which is powerful on the result. Many results don't have pictures. So that's something in the site itself though. But you can see based on this meta that you write exactly how it's going to look in the search result. So I could do a lot better with my keywords based on that example I just showed you. We could make this a lot more keyword rich. So you get an SEO analysis with Yoast. And here it is. So you want to click. So here we are in Yoast. We're in SEO, this tab. We added our key phrase. We added checked our slug, added the meta. And then here we get the analysis. So we're green in SEO. That's what we want. You can be red, which is bad, or yellow, which is okay, right? Just like the stoplights. So it's giving you advice. So it says there's no internal links on this page. Make sure to add some. The image alt attributes are not added on this page. So that's what Thomas was mentioning earlier. So the image alt, I had a VA do this, so it's quite possible yeah, so it wasn't done. See, awesome. I just had a VA put this together. He forgot to do the image alts. So here I would be writing a spiralizer machine for zucchini noodles, right? Here I would be writing zucchini noodles on a plate, or zucchini noodles with fresh tomato sauce, okay? So by checking Yoast, I was able to realize that this part of the SEO was missing, right? So make this part of your submission, is to go through these. Outbound links, awesome. Key phrase and introduction, great. Key phrase distribution, so you want to have that key phrase throughout. And sometimes it'll say, you know, the focus key phrase here was found 13 times. Sometimes it's only found once or twice or not at all. So you're like, oh no, I forgot to, you know, talk about my keywords. So you go back, right? And it wants to see a key phrase in a subheading, right? That's in your subheadings. You want to make sure it's in there at least once. Use different variations. Talk about noodles of other types. Talk about spiralizing of other types. The more contextual information around the keywords, the more value that Google is going to perceive. Text length is important, at least 300 words for SEO. The more, the better. Why? The more value. That's what I love about SEO, because I'm a writer at heart, and Google rewards quality. Google rewards quality. Now, Denise can say what her requirements are for us and exactly what we're going to see when we submit the article. But you can see that these are the things you have to address. These are the things that are good. And you should always check this when you submit your article. And I think I'll stop there.
And moving forward, we'll all have that that capability in the back end of Living Healthy List. In the past, when you use the expert link, livinghealthylist.com/expert, the form would pop up and it would just basically plop the article into the back end. But it didn't do any, there was no SEO. That is something that I had to kind of go in and edit. And the challenge with that is, since I didn't write the article, I don't always really know what your thought process was. I can read the article and try to incorporate it. But if you're writing the article, it makes sense for you to be able to go in and look at what's going on with the SEO. This way, your thoughts are very clear and it's not me guessing. And the SEO is perfect because you've gone in and as you've uploaded the article, you can see what's there, what's missing. Now, Debbie does do the header image the way just the way the website is right now. But the other images, if you have images, they should add them to the article, because like how Andrea showed, images in the middle of the article break it up and it makes it look really nice. People like to see photos and they'll continue to read. A lot of times we have a lot of text. We have a lot of information that we want to share, and it's just a ton of text. That's where subheadings come in those images to break it up. And so we have run over, and I apologize. I know, sorry, Andrea. I know this is important.
10 minutes wasn't enough, but maybe you can like edit this out, break it out and include it, or I'm happy to do it again if you want to create just a video for training purposes.
I think that would be great. When we
also.
Yeah, that would be great. I'm definitely going to ask you to work with me when we get the new site, so we can actually together we can create a video, kind of a training video for everyone. Wonderful. Ladies, thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Like I always say, if you need anything, I'm always here to support you. Questions, concerns, anything, text me. Best way to get me. Thank you, everyone. For those of you who were not here, we missed you. I hope you learned a lot from our meeting today. And until I see you next, I will leave you with what I leave everyone with: healthy living, happy life. Thanks, everyone.